The French military presence in Chad is not based on a reciprocal foundation. Chad must no longer accept from others what they don't accept for themselves.
It is very clear that the country of Chad has had enough regards to France. I'm wondering how the mainstream media will go ahead and start writing headlines like Chad order French troops to depart and trigger French anti-French sentiment. And you also notice that you heard about Chad breaks off military pact with France and Chad ends military cooperation with France. France's relationship with the continent of Africa has been absolutely based on benign neglect, exploitation, unequal partnership. If you look at the case with regards to France and Chad, France woefully supported the transition from father to son in the country of Chad. But in Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, they stood against the transition that took place. That was a coup, no doubt. But how can France really explain that particular relationship that it supported one hegemonic regime in Chad and on the other side stand against another puppet regime? This is interesting. This country of Chad has decided to charter a new part in their history. Let's listen to what the president of Chad has to say with regards to these particular events.
In his statements, President Mahamat Deby explained that the pact no longer met Chad's current security and geopolitical needs. He noted that the agreement had failed to provide substantial military value to the country amid challenges such as terrorist attacks.
Over time, this agreement has become outdated, completely outdated. It no longer aligns with the current geopolitical realities, the strategies of our era, or our legitimate expectations for the full expression of our sovereignty.
The problem with France is that it fails to understand why these countries are making this strategic decision. And France has refused to listen to the turning point in history. If the message wasn't clear, the foreign minister of Chad clearly said, after 66 years since the independence of the Republic of Chad, it is time for Chad to assert its full sovereignty and redefine its strategic partnership according to the national priorities. The foreign minister was pretty clear. He went ahead saying that this decision, taken after an in-depth analysis, marked a historical turning point in the country's history. This is fascinating. Let's look at what the president of Chad went ahead to elaborate on this particular issue and pointed out that Chad is embracing a new future without France.
The French military presence in Chad is not based on a reciprocal foundation. Chad must no longer accept from others what they don't accept for themselves. This is the sacred principle of reciprocity, the need for correction. It is now crucial for Chad to address the shortcomings in its international relations.
The president, however, gave assurance that Chad remains open to work with all partners, including France, based on a more equitable partnership.
Despite the decision, Chad has made it clear that it is open to working with other partners, whether it's the European Union, the France itself, or the United States of America, including the country of Russia. It is important that these countries start making their own strategic decision and engaging other partners that can in many ways contribute to their economic development. Chad has been one of those countries that the relationship with France has been nothing to write home about. Let's face it, other geopolitical partners and also the mainstream media will be pointing fingers on one direction, and that's Russia. Because the mainstream media has always thought that a number of these African nations cannot just basically wake up and make their own decision, that they have been influenced by Russia. This notion that the continent of African nations cannot make their own strategic choices is absolutely wrong. And Chad, for example, has assessed that collaboration economically in the defense aspect, the challenges that Chad faces at the moment in the region, and France's contribution with French troops in the nation, they haven't seen any significant progress. That's the reason why Chad has made that particular choice to also charter a new part in their history. This is important and a challenging time for the continent of Africa. This goes away long down to the sub-Saharan African nations. They are looking to engage with the Chinese, with the Russians, with the European Union itself, and the Americans, and also the France itself. But the problem here France is facing is that it really wants to have absolute and full control in that particular engagement. Don't forget, France still have some leverage with regards to how it interacts and deal with these countries. But it's important that the country of Chad has recognized that the current geopolitical environment and the security challenges that the country face, it means that diversifying the partnership. This is important in this challenging time in the continent of Africa's history. We want to thank you for watching. Let us know what you think with regards to the reason why you consider Chad have to have made this decision and why France is still or has not still gotten that message that these countries are sending, that at the moment France have to compete.
Je tiens à préciser.
Over time, this agreement has become outdated, completely outdated. It no longer aligns with the current geopolitical realities, the strategies of our era, or our legitimate expectations for the full expression of our sovereignty.
Cette décision n'a pas.
The French military presence in Chad is not based on a reciprocal foundation. Chad must no longer accept from others what they don't accept for themselves. This is the sacred principle of reciprocity, the need for correction. It is now crucial for Chad to address the shortcomings in its international relations.
Chad had already ordered the small contingent of US forces to leave the country earlier this year, and now the decision to end the pact with France could lead to French troops exiting as well.
The message is clear. The continent of Africa, one equal partnership, and the situation that's currently going on in the country of Chad is an indication that the continent is looking to revise its relationship with regards to its global partners, and France will not be the last. The United States of America was told most recently to get its troops out of the country, and we all are looking on how the continent of Africa is engaging Russians, the Chinese, and other very important partners, including the European Union. It is important that each country in the continent of Africa redefine its foreign policy. We want to thank you for watching. Let us know what you think in regards to the current events in the region. Thank you for watching. We are looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.